Okay, this third part of activity 7.1 is going to use a loft, but something else that I'd like to point out is that it specifies that the grid spacing is 1 centimeter. So we're going to just start off with a slightly different part. So I'm going to click on New, so it gives me a whole pile of options. And then I'm going to go right over to Metric, and I'm going to go to a standard millimeter IPT. And then I don't have to worry about units because it'll be in millimeters right off the bat. All right, start new sketch, choose a plane, and let's start by just drawing the outside of this. So I'll create a rectangle, and remember the units on the example are in centimeters, but I'm drawing in millimeters, so I'm going to multiply everything by 10. Okay, so the width is going to be 9 centimeters or 90 millimeters, and the height is going to be 5 centimeters, or that is 5, right? I think it is. 5 centimeters or 50 millimeters. All right, so that is my box that I'm starting off with. I'm going to hit Finish Sketch, and then I will extrude it to, I think that's 4 units, so 4 centimeters or 40 millimeters. Okay, this box I'm starting off with. I'm now going to create a sketch on the front and just draw that triangle there. I'm going to end up creating a sketch on the front and the back so that I can loft between them. So my triangle on the front, I'm going to start by just grabbing a hold of that top edge there, going down towards the middle, and going back up to the top edge, but just making sure that I don't get, let's see if I can make it happen, there you go, that I don't get that perpendicular symbol showing up, because that's going to be a constraint that's going to make it difficult to make things go the way I want them to. Okay, so I'm just going to make the V for now. I'll throw in a few location dimensions. So from this edge here to the top of this line, that's going to be 1 unit or 10 millimeters. Same with from this edge to the top of this line, it's going to be 10 millimeters. And from the bottom edge to the bottom of that V, that's also going to be 10 millimeters. I need one more location dimension, and that's going to be just to make sure that this point, the bottom of the V, is actually in the center. So I'll go from here over to here, and that is, let's see, we had 90 millimeters. So let's just do 90 divided by 2, once again letting Inventor take care of our potential arithmetic errors. And so that is 45, or 90 divided by 2. Okay, I feel like I need to put a line up here, but I'm not sure because for some reason it seems to be working with this version of Inventor without it, but I have old habits that make me really want to put that line up there. All right, so finish that front sketch. We're going to flip this around. I'm just going to click on the back corner of my view cube so that I see the back here. I'll start a 2D sketch on this surface. And with this sketch, I'm going to make this little tiny, or just the smaller triangle at the back here. Okay, so I'll just throw in some lines and then put in the location dimensions after the fact. So I'll throw in my lines. There we go. And then I'll put a location dimension. So notice how this back triangle is 2 units over. So from here over to here is going to be 2 units or 20 millimeters. And from here over to here is going to be 2 units as well, or 20 millimeters. And then if you notice this line here that is the top of that box, you're going to go down 2 lines to where the bottom of the V is. So how I'm going to take care of that is I'm going to put a dimension from the top of there to the bottom of the V, and that's going to be 20 millimeters. Place it there, 20 millimeters. All right, the V is kind of in place, except for I'm not sure what's going on with the center here, so I'm going to put in one more location dimension from one of the edges to the center of this, and it'll be the same as the last one where it'll be the 45. And it looks like it wants to be 45, so we're just going to let it be 45. There we go. I think I got everything I need there. Finish sketch, and let's see how accommodating the loft command is today, because some days it works better than others. I'm sure it always works the same, but I just do things differently or whatever. Okay, so we are going to grab this sketch at the back. First tell it what sketch, and then tell it what part of the sketch. So we want the triangle. It's our second click. And then we're going to flip things around. Again, I'll just click on a corner of the view cube. And I think I can just click on the front and then click on the triangle there. And the deal is that it's going to want to add material, which isn't going to do a whole lot of good considering that we're cutting through a solid here and it's already full of material. So we need to tell it that we want to cut material. And let's see if it worked. Oh, it did. Phew, I was worried there when it wasn't previewing it quite right. There's your part, your lofted part.